It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the AFC North. It's the Ravens and the Bengals, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. They think they can run the football in this one, but there's a group on the other sideline that thinks otherwise.
Yeah, it's always intriguing when you pit an offense against a defense that seems like they can cancel each other out. We've got a top 5 rushing offense against a top 5 defense. So a lot of times it comes down to execution and maybe a little bit of that, what coaches call want to.
Turn to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 13 yards on the game's opening play. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Second and 11. Throwing is Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And bulldozing his way through. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. They go play action with Jackson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Jackson now. And that's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And it's complete to Adams. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Now Burrow. He completes it to Tate. 7 yards, the pickup there. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man. And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Burrow on his toes that time as they get the first down. Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. A handoff to Mixon, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking.
So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. To throw is Jackson.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met Fan. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's a give to Mixon. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this 2nd go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
A handoff running left, Mixon. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Second and 11 now.
Now Mixon. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken at about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Well, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them, because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after him.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in by Adams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 6 catches, 81 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
Back to Mixon on first down. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Mixon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Second and 12.
They'll run with Mixon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On third down, Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Derek Wolfe popping in for the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Jackson over the middle here to Brown. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And it would appear he's going to be short of a first down as he's stopped right around the 29. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. "36 yards on the punt with no return.
Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals.
He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. On 2nd down, Mixon, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there at 22.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow looking to pass. Buying time to his left. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. On 2nd down now, Mixon. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. 40 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And now they will throw it with Burrow. He hits Adams, complete. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
McPherson on for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far, brings up 3rd down. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
powering forward and running with power here. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the second round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get him in the second round, that's what I call a steal.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. It's a first down and more for Dobbins. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff. And when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't. But also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the stream, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. DJ Reader has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of it.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. From the gun, it's Jackson.
He'll dump this off, complete to Dobbins.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it, because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, he gets this one to Boyd. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll kick things off down in the Bayou. An NFC South matchup between Atlanta and New Orleans. And that one getting close to halftime with the Falcons out in front. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half, and they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters, and that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bengal offense ready to go here to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Now it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On second down, Mixon, they juked him, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
57 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll run here with Mixon. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
5 yards remain on second down.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. This is Mixon. There's the stiff arm. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this is most definitely the guy you want running the football when you need the tough yards on third down. And he moves the chains and then some as he shakes off that first contact. And as they said in the 70s, he just keeps right on trucking.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Mixon with it. Shoves him away. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Burrow will throw. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Justin Madubuike in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Burrow's throw going to be caught by Boyd.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the 2nd half.
These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Bengals are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A draw play for Mixon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4.
An option handoff here to Dobbins.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. Being chased out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Flush to his right, and he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Now it's Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. On third down, Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Once again, they run with Mixon. Sheds off the tackle, and he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
116 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Here's Burrow. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bengals on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and goal. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. In racing, going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is now 24. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Jackson now. He's got his man. It's Andrews. He'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Brown has the first down and much more. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Again, Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 more yards there and another first down. Jackson. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Second down at 7.
Throwing is Jackson. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it.
Jackson to Watkins there for a Baltimore first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Jackson.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Jackson to throw. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson.
Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with the touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Jackson here is going to look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
136 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, a give to Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. A handoff to Mixon. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Burrow down to a knee, and that should be the final act of this one. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that mission.
And congratulations to them for achieving their goal. They have to finish the season strong, but you've got to think that going forward for next year, they're going to jump that number up a little bit higher.